His name is Mr. Yola Diokola. I hope I got that pronunciation correctly, Diokola. All right, he is a highly skilled and innovative software and application developer with over a decade of expertise in .NET technologies, currently serving as an IT and systems specialist at A4S Online. He is a lead audit, assurance and a lead audit and assurance and assessment company. Ayola is known for his exceptional creativity and outstanding problem-solving skills. His extensive knowledge and ability to navigate complex challenges makes him an invaluable asset in optimizing business processes and enhancing operations. He's proficient across the entire software development lifecycle and also has a strong background in setting up servers and networks for various enterprises, supported by his certification in Cisco Networking Technologies, CCNA. He's a business analyst, instructor. His commitment to excellence and continuous improvement ensures a high quality learning experience for all participants. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put a round of applause in the chat room as we welcome Mr. Ayola. You're welcome to class, Mr. Ayola. Please, you can take it up from here. Welcome to class.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much, Madam Edith, for that. It's been an awesome time today from morning. Thank you for coming back after the break. Okay, my name is Ayola Diokola once again, and I will be taking you on business analysis. So before I start, I just want to ask a question from somebody in this particular, maybe you just drop comment for me in this comment section. Just tell me what you are expecting to learn from this particular, and just maybe like 2 or 3 people to just tell me what they are thinking they will be able to learn from this training. What is your expectation? And can I really get someone like 2 or 3 people to do that for me? Okay, my audio is breaking. Is it better now? So is my audio better now?
It's actually clear at my end.
Okay.
Niyi, kindly check your connection or network. Network connection. It could be from your side, but at my end, it's very clear.
Okay, thank you very much. So, Uju said what it takes to be a business analyst. And the other person said, I hope to learn about
Ayola, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So quickly, let me share my screen and let's start so we can move to what practical that we have for today. Let me know once you can see my screen.
We can see, or I can see your screen, brother. I guess others can.
My screen again? Yeah, thank you very much. So talking about business analysis, so the business analysis process model, what are the business analysis model that we have? So let's talk about what business analysis really means. So business analysis process model, it serves as a structured framework. Please, let's note that. A structured framework that offers a systematic approach to guide business analysts through the intricacies of evaluating and enhancing business process and systems. When you say structured framework, what does it mean? It means you are talking about diagrams, you're talking about charts, you're talking about flow charts, you're talking about ERD diagrams that can help you for your databases and all that. So this model, this particular business model, provide a comprehensive roadmap that enable business analysts to proficiently navigate the stages of analysis and improvement. So don't forget, this particular business model that we're about to check is going to guide you as a business analyst on the stages of analysis and what and improvements. So its primary purpose is to facilitate the collection, analysis, and effective communication of vital information required for well-informed decision-making and the accomplishment of organization objectives. Permit me to underline some things here, some keywords. Number one, collection. Number two, analysis. Number three, effective communication of vital information. So those are the major stages. That is the purpose of what? Of this particular business model, what it does in these stages. It does what? It helps us in collection. Number two, analysis. It also helps in effective communication of what? Of vital information. So required for well-informed decision-making and accomplishment of organization objectives. Another point is that this business model, this business analysis model encompasses several pivotal phases. So this includes identification of problems, stakeholder analysis, the gathering of requirements, process modeling, and implementation of solutions. I want you to just take note of these points. Number one, identification of problems. Number two, whereby you have to share whatever idea you have with your what? With your stakeholders. Then the gathering of the requirements that are needed for that particular analysis that needs to be done. Then process modeling, how you are going to represent it. Then and lastly, the way you are going to implement it. This will answer the question how, and this will help you. The implementation of the solution will answer the question what you are able to achieve. So this is how to achieve and what you are able to achieve. Quickly, let's move on. So each of these phases plays a very crucial role in overall business analysis process. So ensuring that pertinent issues are identified and addressed. So stakeholder needs are comprehensively met, and efficient solutions are meticulously crafted and executed. So the business analysis process model, which stands as an indispensable instrument for organizations dedicated to elevating operational efficiency, optimizing resource allocation, and strategically advancing their goals. So it stands as a what? Cornerstone within contemporary business analysis. Let me highlight some things there. So by the time we are handling our tools today, you'll be able to remember almost all these key points that I've mentioned. I'm going to mention them again. I said it's dedicated to elevating operational efficiency, optimizing resource allocation, then and strategically achieving your business goals. So these are the major advantages or the benefits of what? Of using a business analysis process model. Let's take a step further. So business analysis as an approach to problem solving. So a fundamental requirement for business managers is to have business analysts thoroughly assess the entire business domain and approach the development of solutions with thoughtfulness and creativity. Creative problem solving is increasingly essential in today's business landscape, where organizations must what? Innovate to adapt to changes in the business environment, including competitive actions. Another approach which you need to understand is that many individuals find creative problem solving challenging. Do you get that? Many individuals find creative problem solving very, very challenging. That is why a business analyst is always needed in every problem solving. So often due to the pressure to generate rapid ideas. So within this context, Axon and Treffinger's 1985 model for creative problem solving offers a valuable framework for comprehending problems and cultivating innovative solutions. So in the next slide, I'm going to talk about the model places which Askin and Tresvinger 1985 projected, and we're going to talk about them one after the other. So that particular model does what? It has a strong emphasis on investigation and analysis rather than hastily arriving at possibly premature solutions. Possibly premature solution. That is, it helps you to quickly get a concise solution to whatever problem you are trying to solve as what? As a business analyst. So an approach to problem solving. Number one, we have the mess finding. The mess finding. We have the data finding. Number two, data finding. We have problem finding. We have idea finding. And lastly, we have solution finding and acceptance finding. So let's take it one after the other. Let's take it one after the other. The mess finding. The mess finding. So what do we mean by mess finding? As a business analyst that intends to solve a problem. So for business analysts, this model holds relevance and implications. Note that relevance and what? And implications. So the initial stage frequently serves as a starting point in problem investigations. So in the realm of business analysis, this phase entails diving into intricacies of problem situation. So at this particular stage, your major intention as a business analyst is to do what? Is to delve into the major issues, the intricacies of the what? Of the problem situation. You don't have to start beating around the bush. You have to deal with what? The roots of that particular problem. That is mess finding. So many problems are ill-defined, and each situation tends to be multifaceted. So containing various issues and concern a proverbial mess. So let's do like this. Recognizing this as the initial step underscores the importance of gaining a comprehensive understanding of the entire situation before delving into potential options and solutions. So in mess finding, which is the first step in what? In business analysis problem solving. What you need to do what? Is to deal with the intricacies of the what? Of the problem situation. The main problem that is affecting that, the main problem that is affecting whatever product, whatever service, whatever application, whatever thing that you want to do. So the first method to use is what? Is mess finding. The first approach in problem solving, the first method or approach is what? Mess finding. The second one is data finding. This second stage of the model is concerned with analyzing the opinions, concerns, knowledge, and ideas uncovered in the previous stage. So whatever you get at the mess finding, you pick it up and do what? You start analyzing them. Then, and the ideas that are covered in what? In the previous stage. So to identify where this information can be quantified and supporting data obtained, it is often useful to do what? To examine the rich picture or mind map to clarify your thinking about this particular situation. So this can help lead us to the aspect that we can and should verify. And it also emphasizes the need to diverse opinion from facts. Let me take a step further. Problem finding. Don't forget the first step. Mess finding, data finding. Another one is what? Problem finding. So we know the complexity of what? Of the situation facing us, and have been able to quantify some elements. So while appreciating that other elements are personal views or opinion, we may have been presented with the statement of the problem at the outset. So finding the right problem to solve is often a necessary part of business analysis. Let me repeat that again. Finding the right problem to solve. After you've been able to go through the mess finding, which was getting what the real problem is, data finding, which helps you analyze the concerns, knowledge, or opinions of whatever you've been able to find in the mess findings. Then the third, we said, the finding the right problem to solve is often a necessary part of what? Of a business analyst. So as an analyst, you are often pointed at symptoms. That is what the issue is. And you must dig deeper to find out where the real problem lies. You must find deeper where the real problem lies. So another one is idea finding. This is the fourth stage in problem solving, idea finding. Business analysts try to generate a wide range of ideas. So analysts often use brainstorming approach to uncover ideas. Yes, they don't just sit down and be thinking or overthinking. They ask questions, they meet people, they ensure that before any problem has a solution, or probably any product is being launched, or any idea comes into reality, a business analyst do what? They will first have to get range of ideas from people around. That is what we call idea finding. So analysts use brainstorming approach to uncover ideas, but this can be difficult since it requires a group of generate ideas, which is very cool. Sometimes it's always very difficult because getting the right people to ask questions, or to be able to ask the right to be able to communicate the right idea sometimes is always very difficult. So sometimes this works, but often different approaches need to be used along with brainstorming to stimulate ideas. So during this stage, it may be very useful to employ some creative thinking technique. So two examples of techniques that can provide stimuli. Let me highlight that for us. Two examples of techniques that can provide stimuli for creative ideas are, number one, assumption reversal. Assumption reversal. Number one is assumption reversal, where assumptions about a situation are listed and reversed. You think ahead. Some people will say overthinking. You have an overthinking about a particular thing. So you just sit down, you keep on what? Thinking. Don't forget we said the best approach is brainstorming, but sometimes the people you might want to ask might not be the right people to be able to answer the question to solve your problem. So another way to be able to do that is assumption reversal, whereby you think and you come back to where you started from. You will think again and you do what? You bring your assumption to life and you do what? You take it back again. So So where assumption about situation are listed and reversed. So another one is using random words or pictures. So you can use random words or pictures. In this particular phase, you take your either your jotter, either your tool, which we are going to be learning today, the tool we are going to be using for business analytics. So either your tool or anything, you pick it up and you start making diagrams. Start showing how you are going to achieve this, how you are going to make a particular event happen. You start putting it in a process model. You start putting the flow chart. You start putting it in a real-time diagram. So where unrelated words or picture are used to generate ideas about a situation. So let's move on and talk about the last two: solution finding and acceptance finding. So at this stage, you're also expected as a business analyst to deliver solutions quickly. And yet, here we can see that it is important to resist the pressure to do so at too early a stage. Don't forget that before you get to this particular solution finding, you have to have gone through your mess finding, your data finding, your problem finding, your idea finding. Then you cannot get to solution finding. At this stage, when you are being encountered with any problem as a business analyst, what we expect of you is what? Is just achieve. What we just want you to do is what? Is to achieve. So we don't care about what you've done in the past to be able to achieve this particular solution. So also, Isaacson and Treffinger stress the importance of what? Identifying criteria to help evaluate solutions. And this will not be possible without the earlier work. Don't forget, I said before you can get to the solution, you have to have gone through the other 4 stages. So it is therefore important to work through the earlier stages, since they will help you to deliver or develop a better and much more appropriate solutions that will be more good, beautiful, beneficial, very, very useful to the business situation that you are trying to develop. So the last phase in problem solving is acceptance finding. Acceptance finding. So this is the final stage in the model, which is concerned with managing and implementation of the solution. So an aspect that is critical to the success of any project, but often fraught with difficulty. So acceptance finding recognizes that even the most ingenious ideas can falter, even they are met with resistance or skepticism, underscoring the importance of what? Aligning creative problem solving with practical realities of implementation and acceptance. So at this particular phase, what it does that it helps you to encourage a holistic approach by combining innovation with change management strategies to drive successful and sustainable solution. Don't forget that once you get your solution and you present it to whoever you need to present it to, don't forget that it might come back with a lot of criticism. You didn't do this very well. No, that's not what we want. That's not how we'll achieve it. Okay, or probably you are the one recommending the criticism. Okay, if you start this particular project, it will fail. So why don't you allow us to do it this way? Why don't you allow us to do it that way? So it's for the ability to be able to manage that particular solution that's been found, and the way you are able to manage the acceptance of whatever finding that you're able to get, then you'll be able to have a what? A very successful and sustainable solution. Let's quickly do a recap. The 6 approach to problem solving. Number 1, mess finding. At this particular stage, you look at the intricacies of the problem situation. So you check what are the problem. We mean the main problem, not beating around the bush. The data finding, you analyze all the data, all the opinions, whatever knowledge that you've been able to get. then at the previous mess finding. Another thing is you get the problem, you try to find the problem. So we know that this particular situation is very, very hard, but it's your job to what? To be able to get how that particular problem is being solved. So then the next approach is what? The idea finding. I will said, apart from brainstorming, you can have extra tool technique that can be able to help you to have a critical ideas about that particular problem that you are trying to solve. We said the assumption reversal. The assumption reversal, I use the term overthinking. So start thinking, think. There's nothing bad in thinking. They said there's no crime in thinking. So you think and you do what? You get whatever you are trying to communicate. Another one is using random words or pictures. So you can use acronyms, you can use letters, you can use numbers, you can get pictures just to be able to do what? To be able to represent whatever problem that you are trying to solve. Another stage is find the solution. And I said at this stage, we don't care about how you are able to arrive at this particular stage. Our job is that you do what? You get the problem solved. You get the problem solved. Then we say the last stage is acceptance finding. So at that particular stage where you get criticism, you get ideas, you get you also give out criticism on whatever you've been asked, whatever problem you've been asked to solve. So you give it back and they give it back also. So let's move on a little bit. So we have the process model. The process model. Let's just talk about the business process model. So as a business analyst, you often find ourselves or you find yourself dealing with a wide range of business systems and projects, each requiring a unique set of techniques and perspective. So permit me to do this. So as a business analyst, you do what? You find yourself dealing. So I'll use this, I'll personalize this. That is, you find yourself as a business analyst or an intending business analyst to be able to deal with a wide range of what business system and what projects. So each requiring a unique set of techniques and perspective. Don't forget, the way you arrive at a solution does not concern anybody. Your job is what? Is to get the solution to any problem, solve it, make everybody happy. So depending on the nature of the project, business analysts might be tasked with investigating and providing recommendations for problematic aspects of the organization. Or probably your role might be to just revolve around analyzing and documenting specific system requirements. So it is not only about you getting a problem all the time. It might be a change in the system or a change or for you to come and just analyze whatever is already in existence. So it's not about getting something from scratch. It's not about getting a project from scratch or starting from the beginning. Or somebody comes to you, he said, okay, I'm having a particular problem that I want to solve. Now, let me give an example. For 3 to 4 months now, some people have been coming to me and they've been saying, okay, please, we need something that can help people to easily get property to let. Like, it's very hard going inside the bush. I want to let a house. I need a shop. I need an office. I need something like that. And they started giving me different organizations that is already in existence, but their model is not supporting, an average person. Because by the time you go there, you find out that most of the prices that you get does not really relate or communicate to a lower or average people. So we started from wherever they. So collected their business model and I checked it up and I told them that I said, if you try this, I'm telling you in the first 1 month, it will fail. I don't need to share whatever because you might see it online very soon. You might see something like that very soon, property to let, and you find out that the business model that they are currently running on to be able to develop the application, to be able to develop the market structure, to be able to develop the income for the organization currently now is very solid. That is what the job of a business analyst. So you have to start from the men's finding to what to the acceptance finding, whereby they give you their recommendation, you take back your own recommendation, and you share your own recommendations with them. At the end of the day, everybody will be happy. You as a business analyst, you'll be happy. They too, they'll be happy. So don't forget, when I started this process model, not quite long, I said it is not only that you have to start a particular project from scratch. People can bring whatever has already been in existence for you to what? For you to be able to look into it. So you might help them to analyze and document, or probably you might help them to solve their problematic aspect of the organization, whatever you notice. So you are tasked with that particular investigating and providing recommendation task. So given this variability, developing a process model that strikes a balance between flexibility and providing a structured framework to guide professionals in their work is very, very paramount. Some people will say is very cogent, is very, very, very cogent. So it's very, very important. So developing a process model that strikes a balance between what? Flexibility and what? And providing a structured framework. And I said, what structural framework are you providing? Your diagram, your representation, the way you want them to achieve it. So this one will guide the professionals to do what? To be able to achieve whatever they want to achieve. So the process model serves as a valuable tool in this regard. So it outlines the essential stages for conducting a business analysis project, with each stage encompassing key areas that require consideration. It's important to note that not all projects necessitate an in-depth exploration of every stage. So some project might start from zero in one of the software of the model, and in certain cases, only a stage may be the primary focus. So let's look at the process model together. Let's look at the process model together from as a business analyst. So you take this, your strategy and your objective. So the first thing you need to first check is that you investigate the situation. That was what? The mess finding. So you consider perspectives. You find the problems, you ask people questions, you start looking for how you will be able to what are the ways, what are the better ways we can solve this particular problem. So another one is analyze the needs. So analyze needs. So check it very well. Don't just because you've overthought or you think that if this particular project is done this way, it will achieve. That's not the work of a business analyst. You have to work in-depthly. You have to do your research. You have to do your findings properly. Put them into representation and do what? And you have to evaluate the options. Okay, what are the chances? So if we get to the market, probably, what are the things that if we start with this, what if it fails in like the first day? What will happen? Okay, what if it fails the second day? What will happen? Okay, what if it fails the third day? What will happen? So you have to what? You have to check options. You have to evaluate them. You have to explore the options that are available. And with this, you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to achieve a very good ending. Then the last stage is to define requirements. So what are the process model for business strategy and objectives? Number one, investigate the situation. Number two, consider perspective. Number three, analyze the needs. Number four, evaluate options. Number five, define your requirements. What are the things that are needed to be able to get these things in order in order to be able to achieve your goal of what? Finding a solution to that particular problem. So let's look at this. A critical aspect of any business analysis project lies in what? In defining the project scope and specific areas that require investigation. I'll take that again. It's very important. A critical aspect of any business analysis project lies in defining what? The project scope. That is what the project really fall in between, and the specific areas that require investigation. So for instance, some projects may aim to enhance the functioning of a particular segment within the organization. So in such cases, the initial phase may entail a comprehensive examination of existing practices, encompassing staff roles, job responsibilities, and what? And current work procedures. So the primary focus of this analysis could be on evaluating options for the what? For the future business system. Don't forget, whatever you are doing as a business analyst is not what will last for now. Is what will sustain that particular organization, business, ideas, or whatever problem you are trying to for the future purpose. So conversely, other projects may be centered on IT system requirements. Yes, majority of them can be emphasizing the potential use of technology to enhance the business system. So while understanding the overall situation and considering various stakeholder perspective remains important, the analysis will primarily revolve around the IT aspects. So subsequent section of this chapter will delve into various stages of the process model. So after this particular the next topic that we're going to be speaking about business analysis. So we're going to be delving into various stages of process model. So it's going to be offering a very comprehensive guide to navigate the complexities of business analysis projects. Business analysis projects. I think with these few points of mine, in a very short while, I've been able to cover up what a business analysis process model looks like and what a business analyst really needs to be able to solve a particular problem of an organization, of a product, of a service, or of whatever issue that might be needed to be solved whenever you are faced with any challenges. So I don't know. I would like to take. Okay, I'm saying something here. Okay, I think I did that. Somebody said I will appreciate if you attached scenarios, real life situation to the terms being explained. I think I did that already. Oyi, am I able to do that? Let me know in the comment section. Oyi. So can somebody help me with the attendance? Okay, thank you very much. So the attendance is there. So Oyi, I don't know. Are you still there, Oyi?
Right. While
Hello.
we wait for that, thank you very much, Mr. Ayola.
Okay.
If you have any questions before we start the practical session on how to use pencil, please drop your questions or you put up your hand if you want to speak instead of chatting your questions. All right. Oyin, Mr. Ayola was asking if your question earlier on was addressed. Kindly
Has it been
respond to
addressed?
that.
Because I gave a live scenario of an organization that we worked with like 4 weeks ago. Their product is still under final development. It's called Property to Let. So we gave them, we used all these 6 process to be able to achieve uh, the problems that they are having. Don't forget I said that. Don't forget that I said that you might not start from the scratch. I didn't start that from scratch. They brought it to me and I had to what? I have to help them to solve their problem. And currently they're about to launch it. And I'm very sure it's going to be very sustainable. Very, very sustainable. Very, very sustainable. Do you have any question before we move on to the practical section? So we'll talk about the okay. Alero, you have a question. Alero has a question. Hello, Alero.
Okay, Alero, hold on a bit. Let me. All right, you can unmute yourself and speak now.
Okay, thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, Ayola. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
All right, thank you. Thank you for so far. I just wanted to ask, based on the approach to problem solving, we have 6 approaches. My
Yes.
question is, can we use any of them or we have to use all of them to solve a problem?
No, 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 no. I think I mentioned it earlier. I remember that I mentioned it that depending on the problem you are solving, I remember I mentioned it here that depending on the problem you are solving, not all of them that you have to start from finding the problem, the real issue. You get it might just be one of the approach that you need. Sometimes it might be 3, sometimes it might be 2. Do I answer that question? So what at whatever position that you have, it is that particular approach that you pick for that. But whenever you are starting from the scratch, probably I want to develop an application now that is not in use. Okay, let's give a live example of this. There's a biscuit, a very common biscuit, that's okay food that they've been trying to rebrand and rebrand and rebrand recently. Give me a second. Let me get that particular biscuit out. Forgotten the name. Everybody eats it very, very well like this. Sorry, I don't know if anybody can help me. It has a blue it has a blue wrapper. I think they sell it for 100 naira per one. They started with 50 naira. Then I'm coming, please. Trying to see Pure Bliss. Yes, Pure Bliss. You know, I have a friend that is working with them as their business analyst. They are business analysts. Do you know what OK Food does before they finally launch a product to the market? They are going to make several production of that particular product. Then their business analysts will take it out. People start tasting it. Okay, what does it look like? How does it look like? Okay. Do you find anything? Is it very tasty? Or do you want us to change the taste? Do you want us to make to make something different. I get me. That's the requirements gathering. Don't forget, they've already done what they're supposed to do, but they need to first get if that particular product is accepted. So as a business analyst, what you will do is that you don't have to go through the mess finding, through the data finding. You don't have to go through the problem finding. You don't have to go through the solution finding. All you just need to do is to work at this particular acceptance finding. That is what they do, the business analyst. So whenever their product is being done like that, so they don't have to start from the mess finding. So now, I gave another example of the project that I did in the past 4 weeks. And I said, where did I start from? I don't start from, I was not the one that came up with the problem. I was not the one that brought up whatever people that needs to get to use that particular application or solution. I was not the one that came up with, okay, let us start the development like this. All I did was that I started from the idea finding. Okay, let me see what are the things you already have in mind, or what are the things you have in mind? What are the things you've put in place? Let me first see, okay, what do you have for the market? We started from there. Okay, how do you intend to earn from this? How do you intend to make money? So I noticed that a lot of their postulation, a lot of their ideas will not work in Nigeria because nobody does subscription. Everybody wants free things. So you need to first give them what is free in order to be able to get something back. So when they find out that whatever they are collecting from you, they are making it back, the rest assured they will come back and they will pay for whatever service they want to give. And I'm telling you, all these are the things that you have to do. So you don't have to start from the beginning. Pick whatever stage of the problem-solving approach that you need to do, and do what you attend to it. Thank you very much. I hope I'm able to answer your question. Somebody said, McVite, not McVite cat chocolate. It's pure bliss. Thank you very much, Joshua. Thank you very much for that. Coastal. It's
I
McVite.
guess you've also, I guess your example have also answered the question of Chukuma
Yes.
when the question, please simply for simplicity and practicality, can we do a real life case study? I think that's your explanation have taken care of that.
Thank you very much.
Tolua Shea says, can any problem be solved no matter its complexity?
Any matter can be solved.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give you this. One of the motto of a programmer, I don't know if you have programmers on the call, is this: there's no dead body you cannot raise. When I mean it, I mean there's no dead idea you cannot bring to life. This is not about going to church or going to start praying. It will take time, but you will eventually get it. So as a business analyst, there's no problem that you can face that you cannot solve if you follow this problem-solving approach. If you take them one after the other, if you don't have to take them one after the other, then you pick it from wherever it is important to whatever you are doing. Let me give an example. Whoever would think that today AI will take over whatever human beings can do. Before now, you can use AI. Before now, when you want to write your projects, you have to start going to the library. I'm very sure none of us have gone to the library in the past, maybe 6 or let's say 5 years, when you've known about AI. So whoever thought that one day, you just type this, and it will bring out everything that you need to write by yourself. So I just have to give that example and let you know that no matter what problem that you are facing or you've been faced with as a business analyst, you can find a solution to it. I hope I'm able to answer that. Thank you very much.
All right. So Onyedika, you can unmute yourself and speak, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, all.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, so my question is, how can domain knowledge help a business analyst? Because since we have various businesses in IT, manufacturing, a lot of things like that. So is it that a business analyst will stick to a particular industry, or he can actually attend to problems in other industries?
Don't mute your mic. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, don't mute your mic.
Okay, did you get my question?
I want to ask you a question back.
Okay.
Yes. Talking about business analysts, what do you understand by that in just a simple term?
I know that business analyst is someone that can evaluate a problem in a business and try to see how he can bring solution to it.
Okay, does he have a field?
It might have, because the person that is solving the problem is an individual, and we don't know everything. So I believe that, for example, now there might be a problem in an IT industry that an individual will have more knowledge on than the other. So, and the places that it doesn't have knowledge about, how can it solve a problem that it doesn't have knowledge about?
Okay. Thank you very much. Don't mute your, just unmute your mic like that. Let me show you something in my presentation that I showed you today.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. Okay. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
Okay, so now let's look at the idea finding together. The idea finding, let's look at it together. I said business analysts try to what? Generate a wide range of ideas. So as an analyst, the first stage that you need to do is what? Use brainstorming approach to cover ideas. So whenever you are faced with any challenges outside your field, probably I'm an IT guy now. I'm going to somebody that does marketing. I guess I'm pricing now. Just imagine I'm going to marketing. That has to do with how to be able to get people to be able to use that particular application that I've developed.
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm pricing now? Do you know that I will not function very well at that particular place?
Yes.
So what do? I have to brainstorm.
Okay.
So when I said, okay, sometimes you might brainstorm. By the time you are asking questions from people, okay, how do this particular field? Let's talk about engineering field, for example. Now, I'm not an expert in engineering. So somebody is building a house, and as a business analyst, I've been asked to go there to check whatever can be done to make whatever they are doing. I'm going to be working with the engineers. So now I need to start getting details of what that particular engineering work will do. That is where the brainstorming comes. Then if that does not work for you, the next thing is start creating assumption, overthinking, as I said the other time. Just be thinking, it should be like this, the pole should look like this, it should look like this, it should look like this, something should look like this, start thinking, you come back again. No, that idea is very bad. I look at, okay, no, let there be a curve here. Let there be people, when people see the curve, it will look like it's an arc or something. You start giving them ideas. No, that is the assumption reversal. I was like, okay, at last, if you're not in that field, then you can start taking notes by using what? Random words. Then use pictorial presentation to be able to depict whatever you are trying to do. So there's no domain of knowledge that a business analyst cannot explore. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So your own job is now to be able to look at the best idea finding method that can be used to solve that particular problem. I hope I'm able to answer your question.
Yes, you are.
All right, thank you very much. So
Sorry,
we wouldn't
Akim said
spend.
something. Akim said, thank you very much, Akim Adedeji. Allow me. He said
Oh,
it's very said this particular problem solving approach can apply to solve problem in every industry. And that is as simple as ABC. So any industry, anyone, you are in finance, you are in engineering, you are in academics or education, you are in tech, anything, it can help you to solve it. Okay, ma, edit.
all right, thank you. So we can proceed to the practical session. I think we've taken enough questions here, so we can proceed.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I'd like to move to the next phase of this particular training. As a business analyst, we said you need a lot of documentation. We said we need a lot of way to represent whatever ideas is coming to your mind. You need to think the way a tech person would think. You need to think the way an engineer would think. You know that engineers, they use a lot of AutoCAD. But you as a business analyst, there's nothing that concerns you with AutoCAD. You don't need AutoCAD. You want to talk to a web designer or an application designer, there's nothing that concerns you with the coding. But you can represent your mind. You can represent the idea you have on your head using this particular pencil tool to be able to show whatever you want to achieve or whatever solution you are trying to arrive. Don't forget, we said that you need to do what? You need to show them on a representational way. So let me just explain what this particular pencil is. I said pencil is a prototyping and diagramming tool used in business analytics. So to create a variety of visual representation. If you are using your computer, you are using your computer currently, you can just go to pencil.evolus.vn, pencil.evolus.vn. If you don't have your computer there, you can just jot it down or take a screenshot of this particular link and download it. By the time you go to this link, it takes you here. So all you need to do is locate this particular button, and if you are downloading for Windows, though automatically detects which Windows version you are using. Yes, it automatically detects which Windows version you are using. But if it doesn't, so just click on download whatever Windows that is here. So assuming your own operating system is not Windows, then you can come here. Permit me to change the color of my pen. So you can come here to do what? To be able to choose all other downloads for whichever version of our platform you are using. Okay. Somebody said I should share. Okay, thank you very much. Somebody said I should share this in the presentation view. Let me do that. Sorry. So don't forget I said pencil.evolus.vn. So this page, you get all your downloads. Then let's talk about the context of pencil in business analytics. I've already said that in the previous section, and I said the first thing that we do is for prototyping, that is always used to create interface design or mockups. So in creating mockups, you let it look like whatever you want it to be, or probably just a diagrammatic flow of how you want that particular application, or you want the flow charts, you want whatever it's you want it to be. So for prototyping and wireframing. So another context of using a pencil in business analysis is what? To have a process flow diagrams. I'm very sure we all know what a process flow diagram is. So we can say business process modeling or workflow diagram. Another one is data visualization plan. So you can do chart sketching, have dashboard layout. So let's just quickly talk about diagramming of analysis. When we talk about diagramming of analysis, talk about your databases, entities. You know, sometimes you might be working with some people and the way they are presenting their ERD, you'll be like, this is not what I want. So you can use pencil to be able to show them how the database should be presented, how you want it to be mapped, how you want it to look like. So we can also use for flowcharts and mind maps. So our last one is collaboration and communication. So you can share it. You can share whatever you've done on your system, on your pencil environment. You can share it with anybody, and then they'll be able to see. Then you bring it back for analysis again. You do what? You update it, then you send it again until when you get what. Then it's always good for documentation. Yes, it's always good for documentation. At least with this pencil tool, you can show that this is what you were trying to achieve, or this is what you had in mind to achieve, or this is what we want to achieve. So let's just talk about step to use pencil in business analytics. So we said that initially, it's very important that you know what you want to do. So define your objectives. So before you can say you want to start using pencil tool, you have to first think, okay, what you want to achieve with your visual representation. So what do I want to achieve with it? So define the objectives. So another method is what? To gather requirements. You need to learn how to gather requirements, that is, collect all necessary information, data, and what requirements from stakeholders. I mentioned all this in my previous slides. I just need to let us know that it is what I've spoken about in the previous, then that comes to usage in the real time. So create prototypes like diagrams. So use pencil to draw wireframes. So process flow diagrams, DRD, or another visual. So review and iterate. So share your designs with team members. Please, can't you still see? It's currently in presentation mode.
Yes, we can see it. We can see it is in presentation mode. Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so the last stage is review and iterate. So take it to your stakeholders, let them review it, bring it back, check whatever you've been able to do. If whatever they are doing is what you want as a business analyst, if not, you give it back to them. Okay, make it better like this, or whatever you've done before and you want to make an update, you do what? You send and you review and you iterate, you review and you iterate, you send it and they check and they You recheck again until whenever you meet the final step, which is finalize and implement. So at this place, this is where the design is being done. That is the implementation. So the blueprint for development and the implementation. So implementation is being done at this stage. Let me just recap that. So the steps in using pencil for business analysis: number one, gather your objectives. Ensure that your objectives is clearly defined. Don't just start anything. So think, gather.
Ayola, are you still there? We cannot hear you. Okay, please give us few minutes and let's get him back on the call. Probably he's having issues with his connection or audio. Please give us few minutes. Let's get him back on the call.
Sorry, can you hear me, please? Let me know if you see my screen, please.
Okay, we can hear you and I can see your screen.
Beautiful. So this is pencil. This is pencil. So the process that I mentioned earlier, the first thing you need to do is, okay, I think I need to show my face here so that everybody can see. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I said the first process is that you go to what? Go to pencil.evolus.vn. It's in the material. Once you can request for the material, or let me post it on the chat for everybody to be able to download. So downloading it, sending it now. Okay, so it's there. So once you download it, it will prompt you to install. I think it's a little bit heavy for some network. It's like 143 MB. So it's going to take like maybe like 15 to 20 minutes before it's final, depending on your network. So once you are done, install it. After installation, then launch it. So once you launch it, you'll be able to get this particular screen. So we call this pencil workspace. Pencil workspace. So we have some very, 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 very important things. Sorry, permit me to close it and open it again because I need to show you something. Permit me to open it again. Okay, good. Okay, please confirm you can see my screen now, please.
Yes, I can.
Thank you, ma'am. So now we have two major options here. The first one is to open a document or create a new document. Everybody knows that whenever you are using an application, you always have two major things. The first thing is that you have to open an existing document or an existing pencil project that you're working on. You cannot open just anything. It has to be a pencil project. That is the one you've done initially. The next one is create a new document. So if you have not done anything like the one we want to start now, you have to do what? You have to create a new document to be able to start using pencil. Don't forget, we have two major things. Another thing is that on this left side pane, can we all see it here? On this left side pane, when you launch, it will look like this. So once you click on anything there, either shapes, either my shapes or clip art, once you click on it, you are going to see a pin button here. Can you see it? So just click on it to be able to lock that particular screen, that particular tool screen, so that it will always be visible. So you don't have to be always clicking to be able to access it. So just lock it like this. And that thing that you need to understand is there's a particular icon here, it's copy. So you can use your Control-C, this cut. You can use your paste. You can use your zoom tool. You can use this to fit to actual size, and this one also to zoom in. So these ones are called alignments. So you can use to align left or right. You can use to align left or right and so on, and the other formatting tools that are there. So now we have the menu icon here. I'm very sure we can all see it. In the menu icon, you can see we have new documents, we have open, we have save existing one as a new document. Then you can export to whatever type of file that is being accepted by pencil. You can decide to print whatever you are doing and check the settings and so on and so forth. So quickly, let me just run through this. So create a new document. So it's going to create an open document for us. I'm going to be doing just two particular examples for us, and I'm going to show us how it's being used. So now look at this. This shows that we can create basic web elements. What are basic web elements? Like a pane. So just click on it, then drag it on the screen. It looks like, if you are a software developer, you know something like they call div. So it's just used to house series of codes together, or you can call it container. So we have lorem ipsum tests. The lorem ipsum tests are just how do I call it? Dummy tests. So you can just keep on typing whatever you want to type inside, and it will work as you want it. And don't forget, if you don't put anything there, it will disappear off the screen. We have hyperlink. We have the header H12. So let me move on. This is another one here. We have the desktop GTK. This desktop GTK holds whatever major buttons that are needed for a desktop application. Like now we have the button, we have the progress bar, we have, and so on. So let me just quickly move to this sketchy GUI. This sketchy GUI is used for other functions or menus. This is a grid. So, sorry, I can reduce it here. So this is a grid. This is a sketchy triangle. This is a combo box. That is, you have a lot of something like a drop down. This is a sketchy circle whereby you can be able to type inside a circle. This is a list box whereby you can be able to create a lot of lists. We'll still come back to this particular one. Let me move to another one that is for creating a desktop application. Do you know that a desktop application looks like this? Look at the Windows frame. Sorry. Let's do this. Let's just assume that I want to create a desktop application. So the first thing I will do is that I'm going to come to the desktop Windows SP widgets. Then I will drag the Windows frame. I'll put it there. Then I'll start. Okay, do I want to put a tab pane? Can you see? I want to make this one. I'll call it home page by double clicking on it. So I can come here again. I'll drop the tab header. Drop the tab header here. Can you see it? I can adjust it using my keyboard arrow. Then I can change it. I'll call it profile. Sorry. So I can call it anything. I can add more to it. I can say, okay, I have a group box. I want a group box. What do I want in that particular group box is that it will help me to be able to identify. So I'll make a description in this way. I'll say registration page. So whatever I want to drag there, I'll be able to do what? I'll be able to drag. This is another one that's very important, table. You can decide to drop a table inside this particular grid. So now let me move on to the next one. We have the flow chart. So if you need a flow chart, all you just need to do is draw the flow chart there and move it around. Then let's quickly run through the rest. So we have the mobile for Android too. So we have for the Android interfaces too. We have everything there. What you need to, the tabs, the press tab, the focus. So whatever icons that you need. These are other for iOS also. This for mobile iOS, the UI. So for mobile iOS too, so you can see the iOS phone. You can see it here. So you can decide to drop whatever you want to drop in it, and so on and so forth. So the diagrammatic representation really matters for you. So this one will be the desktop prototype. So this last one shows that you can add calendar. You can add calendar. You can decide to change the time, the dates, everything. You can be able to change everything that you want to change there. So rich text, I told you what rich text could do, and so on and so forth. So because of our time, I want to quickly create something like a database for a project. So now, as a business analyst, I want to represent a database for a particular project. All I need to do is to come to desktop sketchy GUI, locate table. Thank you. Locate table. So I hope you can all see my screen. So this particular table, it has the checkbox, it has the circle or radio button. Can you see? So to be able to edit this, I want to create something like the table will have serial number, full name, phone number, address, and maybe status. So what I just need to do is that on this particular table, just double click on it. I hope you can see my screen. So the star shows that it is what? It is a checkbox. Why this circle shows that it's a radio button. So if you say all, can you see it? Can you see the bracket shows that it's what? It is what? A checkbox. Why the curly or curved bracket shows that it is what? It is a radio button. So, but what I need here is this. At the first one, the first column, I'll come here, I'll put serial number. Then to be able to separate it, I will add another straight line. It's so you have your first name, first name. Can you see? I'll add another one to separate it. I'll call it breaker. Then I'll add last name. Then I'll add another one. I'll add let's say phone number. Phone number. Then I will add status. So once you are done, click outside. Then you can click on the table. Then you see the nodes. You can use the node to be able to resize them. Use the node to be able to resize them. I'm still coming back to these three. Look at what I've done. Serial number, first name, last name, phone number, and status. The phone number is hidden. So I'll use this particular yellow node. Or let me start from here. Then I resize this. I resize this. Aha. So after doing this, it's complete. So I need to double click it again. Then I'll remove this particular three columns because I don't need them. Then I'll start. To add a checkbox before, then I'll say number 1. Then I'll add my straight line. Then I'll say my first name is Diakola. Then I'll add my last name as Ayola. Then I'll add my phone number is 07012345678. Then I add status. I'll have active. I can move on again. See, there's a little issue here. I can redrag this up. Double click again. I can just copy everything. Sorry. So you use your shift and enter to move to the next line. Shift enter. So you put the remaining. Let me use our host's name, edit. So we'll go to cool. Then I will give her a phone number. Our phone number is 070-000-12345. Then it is also active. So sorry, we need to draw this line down. Okay, thank you very much. So with this now, you are able to show whatever you want to show to your developers or those that need to know how to be able to create their schemas. So the next thing that we need to do is that we need to save this document. You have to put it here. So you right click on it and go to properties. Then you change the untitled to what? Schemas. Then you click on updates. It will update it. Then you can either save it, Ctrl S, or come to your file to save it to, I'm saving it on my desktop now. So for this, so I'll call it schemas.epgs. That's your pencil extension. Then I click on save. Then after doing that, I can decide to share it to anybody that I want. Then I click on this and I click on export. Then can you see? It's telling me I can do it as a PNG, as a single web page, or as any format that I want to send it. Then I click on export. Then you choose the location that you want. Then you select the folder. So let me just put it there. Or you can create a new folder. Then just say, create a new folder here. Then just say, select folder. Then it will export it. So if I go to my, to where I saved it on my desktop now, I will have whatever that I did to be able to show to anybody that needs it. I hope with this point of mine, I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you about how to use Pencil. It's very simple. It's very easy to use. It's free. It's very accessible, and you can go anywhere to use it to any point. So I would like to take some few questions from here. So I hand over to Mrs. Edith. Thank you very much for your time.
All right. Thank you very much. I know if not everybody on the call, would want to get a very detailed training session on how to use pencil, but this is all we can take for now. Pencil is quite robust, and it's not something you can cover in 1 hour, but I believe the basic knowledge have been impacted. If you are interested to know in details on how to use pencil, you can actually reach out to Ayola, and you'll be able to discuss the terms and conditions. All right, so but we do have a question in the chat room. So Select says, what is the difference between pencil and Figma? Yola, are you there, please?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Repeat
So
that.
Select says, what is the difference between pencil and Figma?
Yeah, the difference is just the uh, flexibility in usage, the tools that are available. Are you getting me? The tools that are available. With Figma, you can create a real life scenario. You can export it to whatever how do I call it, a platform that you want to. But with this will just help you to be able to create just few. It has just limited. Let me put that way. GUI tools to be able to represent whatever you want to represent. Don't forget, this is just one of the tools. We are going to cover some of the other tools in the coming sessions. So this is just one of the tools, and I think pencil is the simplest out of Figma and pencil. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's right. We'll be taking one tool at a time. I think sometime in July would have a training on Figma. So please be patient. We'll get to Figma. And then Funsha says, what is the difference between what we are seeing and what Excel sheet can do, sir?
Okay, what happened is that with Excel sheet shows you real-time datas. But with this, it's just a representation, just to show you how it should look like. Do you understand what I'm trying to now? It's telling you, okay, this is what, just a representation, not the implementation. So use us for representation, not the implementation. I gave an example of this now. I will have decided to draw on an Android device now. I don't know, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so on an Android device now, so I can decide to be able to draw a registration form, how I want it to look like. Don't forget, I said it's just for representational purpose, not for. So this is for Android, and I think all of us know that these are our Android phones look like. Coming. So our Android phones looks like this. The tablet also looks like this. So the tablets also look like this. So once I want to do anything, I can decide to draw my network on the side, draw my navigation bar. You know, navigation bar is always down. Are you getting me? Just for representational purpose, not for implementation. So whatever you represent here is what will be implemented by whoever we are proposing the solution to, or the solution. So I think I've been able to answer that particular question. So it's not that you want to get it to be operating like Excel. No, you want them to represent it like the way you've been able to show them. Thank you very much, ma.
Okay, so let's take questions. Akim, you can unmute yourself and speak, please.
Okay, I've tried to download, but I couldn't view it. I use MacBook, but I've not been able to open it. I downloaded it, but I couldn't open it.
Okay, maybe you try again. It will go. It will go.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
All right, Henry, you can unmute yourself and speak now, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Ayola, for the presentation. I want to ask a few questions. Number one, I want to confirm if pencil is similar to e-draw or there is a better option. Secondly, I want to ask what is the best BA2 software that can be used as your go-to. That means there is a comprehensive, like a one-stop application for BA. Then finally, I want to confirm what is the difference between a BA, that means a business analyst, a product design, and a project manager. How are they related, and what is the distinction between them? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll just say pencil and e-draw are also very similar. It's just, they are both diagramming and prototyping tools. Do you understand? But the only difference that I said when somebody asked for the difference between pencil and Figma is what is their features, their usability, their target audiences. So that is what really differs from them. So as a business analyst, what you just need all these particular diagrams to do is to be able to not tell people with mouth, okay, we want you to solve this problem like this. So you don't have to tell them with mouth. So you have to show them. You understand? You show them whatever you want them to achieve. So that is what this particular project tool does. I think I've been able to answer your question.
All right, thank you very much. Selex, I think, do you have any further question to ask? If yes, please. Mr. Yola wants to change his system now. All right, so I think, Mr. Yola, you can do that while I also take a very brief announcement on how you all can take the assessment for ISO 9001. Okay, so quickly.
Thank you very much. I've changed now.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so Selex, you can unmute yourself and speak, please. Selex, are you still there? Do you still have a question? Please unmute and speak.
Yes, ma. Can you hear me, ma?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, ma. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon.
I was the person that asked about pencil and Figma, the difference, because immediately I think I got a call that took me out of the section, out of the class where they were answering that question. But before I could connect back, you are already through that question. That's why I'm asking back. So what's the difference between pencil and Figma? Because I noticed I can do a lot with Figma. I'm seeing same thing. Yes, that's why I'm asking.
Okay, they are both the same thing. But the difference is that the user interface really differs. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Their
Yes,
functionalities differs. Their target audience differs.
Okay, sir.
Their capability differs. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So
Yes,
Figma can do more, but pencil is just like, it will help you for people that are not or cannot really grasp higher tools. They can make use of what? Pencil. So pencil is very simple for anybody, very, very easy for anybody to just pick up and start using as a business analyst. So that's the difference. Figma is very complex. If you don't understand how Figma works, you can be at the home page forever and ever. But with pencil, you don't even need to understand how it works. Your own is just ensure you install it, ensure you know what you want to do. Once you know what you want to do, then the next phase is for you to be able to do what? To be able to choose what you want to do. And that's all.
Right. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, I hope I'm
Okay,
able to
thank
answer your question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very much. Thank you,
So
sir.
they are the same thing. They do the same thing, just that their complexity differs. And they have more functions than each other. With Figma, you can do real life scenarios, real life scenarios. With Pencil, you can do real life too, but it's not as advanced as Figma.
Okay, thank you. And lastly, I think this would be the last question. Akeem, please unmute yourself and speak. Please go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was spoken. It was the last hand I raised, sorry.
Oh, okay, good. All right. Thank you so very much, Mr. Ayola, for your time and for taking us.
Sorry, ma. Okay,
Yes.
I think we already answered Henry's question, right?
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Henry.
So since this is similar to withdraw, so what's the best BA2 software? What's the difference between a PA, PM, and so I think we've been able to answer his question. So
Okay.
yeah, and I think OE2 we've been able to answer OE2's we've been able to clear OE2. Yes. So okay, we are good.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, let's appreciate Mr. Ayola for his time. Kindly give a round of applause. Thank you very much for your time and for being with us in class today.
Thank you. Thank you for
It was a
having me.
very insightful and educative session. Thank you very much. All right. We have come to the end of class today, and we'll just take a few announcements. Okay, for the assessments, all right, the links will be shared with us in the WhatsApp community group. However, let me quickly, Mr. Ayola, you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let me quickly take us on how we can access the S&BP platform and take the assessment. Okay, please confirm if you can see my screen.
SNBP.net.
All right. So first off, I have just shared in the group chat the website. Kindly visit this website, and when you get to the website, it is expected that you register, okay, to be able to take any of the courses as we roll them out. Now, S&BP is one of the partners that we have, one of the partners that's been very supportive to Transformation College. And here we have free foundational course assessment as a result of our partnership with them. They've been generous enough to give us, give our students free access to take the foundational courses assessment. So when you log onto the site, register, create an account for yourself, okay? Create an account, and so you'll be able to take the free course. This is ISO 9001. So all you would have to do is click on it. All right. Click on it, and if you have created an account, what you have to do is just log in. And when you do log in, you would be able to take the assessment. All right. So to make it easy for everybody, would also share a PowerPoint explanation on this process, so we'd carry everybody along. But this is simply how it is done for you to take the assessment. It's this simple. All right. So yes, we've come to the end, and the registration, I mean, the recorded version of this class will be uploaded on our WhatsApp, on our YouTube channel. on Monday. So by Monday afternoon, you'd be able to view the recorded version of this class. I see some of you asking for the recorded version. Yes, you'd be able to view it from our YouTube channel. All right, Mercy, can you share the link to all our social media platforms as well? So please fill up the attendance form if you have not done so. And if you had challenges filling up the attendance form, please drop your name to the official WhatsApp number and would help you with that. Okay, so we've come to the end of our class or session today. Thank you very much for being with us, and we'll see you again next week, Saturday. If you have any questions, feel free to chat us privately and would attend to it. So thank you very much, and do enjoy your weekend. Stay blessed and stay happy. Bye.